For our weekly segment, Kivumbi 2022 Lay of the Land. And tonight we're looking at the 2013 and 2017 presidential election results. And as we look at that, we look at as well how the results and developments rather in this election cycle are playing out and how they may likely impact on the August 9th poll. So I have my election map here. And a quick one off the top. Last week when we were looking at this, remember Rigathi Gachagua had been named running mate for William Ruto. Then the following day on Monday, we saw Martha Karua named running mate for Raila Odinga. So quickly, let's begin here with 2013. For William Ruto, both elections, 2013 and 2017, a huge percentage of that vote, as you can see here, was the Mount Kenya region and the Rift Valley vote. So as he goes into the 2022 election, he's once again looking, as we said last week, to leverage on those counties. And when I come here to zoom in into our map over here, these counties right here, you see Laikipia, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Nakuru, Murang'a, Kiambu, Kirinyaga, Embu, Tharaka Nithi, Meru. This basket right here is what is turning out to first have made and led to the determination of those running mates, Rigathi on the Kenya Kwanza side and Karua for the Azimio side. And what's crucial about this, whilst the Mount Kenya region boasts of a vast basket, in this particular election, for the first time, the region is feeling not having a skin in the game, if you like, without a front runner in a presidential candidate getting the number 2 slot. So while for William Ruto, they managed to get to their man, the vote in this region, the huge assignment for both camps is the voter apathy concern. Because remember, as we were showing, in as far as voter registration is concerned, those numbers as compared to 2017 have only marginally increased as far as the people who have registered to vote. So voter turnout, it'll be a huge game changer here. And that's why you're seeing those huge campaigns there for the players. Now, I want to take you to something also very interesting for 2013. And to the extreme end of my screen. And have a look there. Musalia Mudavadi vied and garnered 483 votes, 981, which was 3.94% of the vote. Some people have looked at how 2022 August 9th election is shaping up and said Raila Odinga has lost Moses Wetangula, has lost Musalia Mudavadi to William Ruto. And Kalonzo Musyoka will discuss that a little bit later. But let's talk about Musalia Mudavadi and the Western Kenyan vote. Because when you come here, and this allows us to zoom in, let me go there. This allows us to zoom into the counties in Western Kenya. So right off the bat, what you're able to recognize, because Raila's color there orange, you see Bungoma, he swept and carried Bungoma, Busia, Kakamega in the 2013 election when Musalia Mudavadi from Western Kenya was running for president. A run for presidency always has a way of rallying the numbers, of energizing the base to come out. However, as you can see from this, Raila Odinga managed to outwit and beat Musalia Mudavadi in his backyard. Vihiga, as you can see here, a slight gray. If I zoom in perhaps a little bit further, let me do this. You will be able to see that. This is the only, there you go, Vihiga. That's where Musalia Mudavadi won. And if I go even closer and take you inside, it was not by a large margin. So this is how it played out. 82-426. About, 4,000 margin with Raila Odinga coming second. This is the only county of the counties in the Western Bloc that Musalia Mudavadi won. This is his home county, Sabate. You have Vihiga, but Raila carrying Emuhaya, Luanda, and Hamisi with that very thin lead. Let's have a look at another. I refresh here and go back to the top and take you to another county in that vast region. And this is Kakamega. Again, Western Kenya enjoys quite a number of voters, registered voters. Again, always an area of interest. So this is Kakamega, and that's how they performed. Raila almost doubled Musalia's votes, as you can see, 303 to 144. And this is how it played out. So with Musalia and Wetangula moving to I beg your pardon, William Ruto's camp, Kenya Kwanza, what Raila Odinga is now doing to still hedge on this vote, which he has been able to maintain and bring to his camp in the last 2 elections, we now know if he were to be elected president, he announced that Wycliffe Oparanya, who has been the governor in Kakamega County, would be the finance minister. That's what he has pledged. Finance docket, a powerful one, and hence trying to woo the voters in Western and saying you will be able to get that. The other thing is we've had, if he's elected president come August, he has also talked about Kenneth Marenda. Remember him, Marenda? He was Speaker National Assembly, promising the Senate speakership to Kenneth Marende. All those at this point are geared at still being able to go as they hunt for votes, as they campaign to tell the folks in Western Kenya that we've got something for you. You've got a seat on the table. This is another thing important to note about this region. Why Raila also is enjoying support here and has for the last few elections is the neighboring, how close they neighbor with his backyard, that is Nyanza. When I zoom that a little bit in and I bring this to this side, you're able to see, so you have Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, Siaya, bordering Busia, Siaya bordering Bungoma, Kisumu is here, Homa Bay, Kisii, Migori. So this neighborliness, this sharing of borders, you see folks in Western Kenya and those in Nyanza referring to each other as Shemeji. Another of the reasons why it has been easier for him, that historical background, to go into Western Kenya and get the vote. So it will still be quite the arduous task for Kenya Kwanza to get a majority of this vote. The other thing, remember, in that deal they have signed in Kenya Kwanza, Musalia Mudavadi has been promised 30% share of the government if he brings in 70% of the vote here. So as it stands now, you have about 2.19 registered voters in Western Kenya. This region has not voted homogeneously, and some of the dynamics at play there is the sub-tribes and all that. So it has been what has been described as elusive Luhya unity. So that has played its part. And so for Musalia Mudavadi to bring 70% of the vote from Western Bloc, you've seen that even from running for president, that proved to be quite the uphill task. However, we will wait to see how that plays out. But those are just important aspects to look at as we go into this election. Let's take you to 2017, and these results here are before this election. Remember, it was annulled in 2017, but these were the results after the first election was conducted. Now, in this election, you had Raila Odinga teaming up with Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula, NASA, the National Super Alliance. Uhuru Ruto again maintained there, with Jubilee roping in other fringe parties to work with them. So for Raila Odinga, in this election going into August, many are arguing that he has done the same thing and has not gotten into State House. So with rejigging his outlook and changing of his running mate, going with Mount Kenya, which he's doing for the first time, going with Martha Karua, a woman, there's that gender card, we just saw that report by Rita Tinina, is a man who his analysts have opined is seeking to do a different thing in order to attain a different result. You cannot do the same thing and expect a different result, is what analysts will argue. So when you come to this vote, as it stands now, it is unclear which way Kalonzo will go. He's been dithering. 1 minute he said this, the other, there's been change of position. So at this point, Kalonzo is one to watch. The Kalonzo factor very important because we've seen the last 2 elections he has stood with Raila Odinga. And as you see, this is painted blue. This is Machakos right here. You have Kitui, you have Makueni. This rallies about 1.6, 1.8 votes. So this has always backed Raila Odinga because they have worked together. So depending with how this goes at the end of the day, Kalonzo Musyoka may end up very well, as he has said, he's running for president, go the whole way to the very end, run. What, however, many will tell you, because of that 50% plus 1 threshold, even if he runs, he will not become president. The 50% again threshold quite high, so he will get these votes, and what he may be successful in doing is denying the front runners Raila Odinga and William Ruto the presidency in the first round, forcing a runoff. So these are some of the very interesting dynamics you see playing out. And regarding Martha Karua, remember she vied in you have Martha Karua. Let's have a look. When you scroll over here, she vied in 2013 for the presidency, and this is how she performed. A mere 43,881, 0.36% of the vote. That was 2013. When it came to 2017, let me take you here to the governor race, and she vied for governor of Kirinyaga County. And when you go in there, this is how Martha Karua performed. Edged out by Anne Waiguru, who's the current governor, around 40,000 votes. So that's how she vied. She came out in, as far as that election is concerned. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua, on the other hand, is a first-time member of parliament. He's a Madeira member of parliament, a constituency that is in Nyeri County. So that's just to put into perspective where we've come from, where we are. There's been a shift in alliances, formations and all, but we have to look at how some of these former allies, now in their separate ways, all of that may pan out. Finally, because shortly I will be speaking to IEBC Commissioner Justice Nyangere, a lot to discuss as we focus on IEBC and its preparedness, is remember a huge departure from the 2017 election to the 2022 election is that results will be final at the constituency level. Remember, before we'd be talking about provisional results. So at the constituency level, the returning officers there, this is from the minor KI judgment, at the High Court, at the Court of Appeal as well, holding that the final result will be at the constituency level. So as we are looking at all of these regions and permutations, dynamics and developments, that will be also a significant departure of how elections have been conducted before and how we'll see them play out this time around. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the lay of the land on this Sunday. That interview is coming up shortly. Just ahead, the thorns in the road